Hello YouTube, this is Crime Alley Comics. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for episode 51 of the Comic Book Artist Spotlight. Tonight's Spotlight is going to be on Klaus Janson. Now Klaus Janson doesn't have probably so many covers under his belt as he does interior art and inking for other artists, but he does have quite the reputation as an artist, and I think you'll enjoy hearing about him. So I do have a few books. I think I have 4 to show you tonight of my own, and one of those is not a cover by him, but he did the interior art for it, so I wanted to show you the book that it is. So, and others are books that he did covers on. I actually do have a few other books that he did the covers on, but due to the lack of time, I was not able to find them in time to get this done. It's been quite a busy week already. We've been putting up a new front door over at my mom and dad's house, and so I've been working with my dad on that for the last few days, and so I've had to rush to get this video together. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. Klaus Janson, born January 23rd of 1952, is a German-born American comic book artist, working regularly for Marvel Comics and DC Comics and sporadically for independent companies. While he is best known as an inker, Janson has frequently worked as a penciler and colorist. Early life. Klaus Janson was born in Coburg, Germany. He immigrated to the United States in 1957, settling with his family in Connecticut, where he lived in Bridgeport from 1957 to 1972. When he was young, his Spider-Man collection was thrown away by his mother. Oh, that would suck. Janson then became interested in the premiering character Daredevil, who wasn't popular among Janson's friends. After a short stint as assistant to Dick Giordano in the early 1970s, Janson's first credited comics artwork was published by Marvel Comics in Jungle Action number 6, September of 1973. Janson came to prominence as the inker over Sal Buscema's pencils on The Defenders. Since then, he has freelanced on most of the major titles at Marvel and DC. In 1975, he began a long run as inker on Daredevil, running from number 124 in August of 1975 to number 196 in July of 1983. With 171, the series went from bi-monthly to monthly. Unable to handle the increased workload, then writer-penciler Frank Miller began increasingly relying on Janson for the artwork, sending him looser and looser pencils beginning with issue number 173. By issue 185, Miller had virtually relinquished his role as Daredevil's artist and was providing only rough layouts for Janson to pencil, ink, and color. After Miller's departure, Janson drew the series by himself for 4 issues. Janson began working for DC Comics in the early 1980s and inked Gene Colan's pencils in Detective Comics and Jem, son of Saturn. Janson was one of the artists on Superman number 400, October 1984, and was one of the contributors to the DC Challenge limited series. His collaboration with Miller on Daredevil would soon be eclipsed by a second collaboration between them on Batman The Dark Knight Returns in 1986. Janson has frequently penciled and inked for various Batman titles, including the first Detective Comics annual with writer Dennis O'Neil, Gothic with Grant Morrison, and Nightfall with Doug Minch. In 1984, Janson drew the Batman Spawn War Devil Intercompany crossover, which was written by Minch, Chuck Dixon, and Alan Grant. Janson wrote a short story in the anthology miniseries Batman Black and White number 3, August of 1996. Janson drew part of the Cataclysm crossover as well. Janson and writer Mike Baron introduced the character Microchip as an ally of the Punisher in The Punisher number 4, November of 1987. In 1993, Janson drew a 3-part story featuring Electro for Spider-Man number 38 through 40, and Janson inked the early issues of the Sensational Spider-Man, which had been written and penciled by Dan Jurgens. Janson's work as an inker and occasionally penciler at Marvel Comics includes collaborations with John Romita Jr. on Wolverine, The Amazing Spider-Man, and Black Panther. His other work included Batman, Death and the Maidens, World War Hulk, Battlestar Galactica, and Logan's Run, as well as Terminator 2, Judgment Day. In 2010, he inked Romita Jr.'s pencils on The Avengers, and in 2014, the two artists collaborated on Superman. Janson was one of the artists on The Dark Knight 3: The Master Race, which was co-written by Frank Miller and Brian Azzarello. Janson has taught sequential storytelling at the School of Visual Arts in New York City since the 1990s, and has written both the DC Comics Guide to Penciling Comics and the DC Comics Guide to Inking Comics. Janson also holds annual seminars at Marvel for the editorial staff and their up-and-coming artists, and teaches short courses on comic storytelling for the New York-based Museum of Comic and Cartoon Art. In 2015, Janson was the guest of honor at the 2015 Inkwell Awards award ceremony at Heroes Con. So James, I don't know if you went to that or not, James from Boom Boom Comics, but they did that at Heroes Con back in 2015. As for awards, Janson has, let's see, I think these are ones that he has won. Golden Apple Award for Best Artist, Anglo-Saxon Comic Festival. Inkwell Awards for the Joe Senate Hall of Fame Award in 2010. Inkpot Award in 2012. Inkwell Awards for Favorite Inker in 2013. Inkwell Awards Guest of Honor 2015 Awards Ceremony. And Harvey Awards Best Inker. In 2010, the Harvey Awards Best Inker, he got 3 different awards. In 2010 for The Amazing Spider-Man, in 2013 for Captain America, and in 2016 for The Dark Knight 3: The Master Race. Now, as for books that he has done, it doesn't specify here necessarily whether he was the inker, colorist, or penciler, or if he'd done the covers. So 9/11, the world's finest comic book writers and artists tell stories to remember. That was volume 2 in 2002, so he was part of that. Action Comics number 447 and 800 in 1975 and 2003. This is for DC, of course. The very first one, I didn't even read that one. For Atlas, Seaboard Comics, Wolf the Barbarian number 1 and 2 in 1975. And that's the only one he did for Atlas Comics. And then more for DC, he did Atari Force number 14 in 1985, Batgirl number 30 in 2002, Batman number 343 through 345, 348, and 553 through 554, and also 80-page Giant number 1. That was from 1982 to 1998. The Batman Adventures Annual number 1, 1994. Batman Black and White number 3, 1996, and I'm pretty sure he did not do the cover on that. So, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I read earlier that he done a story in that one, I believe. The Batman Chronicles number 12 in 1998. Batman Death and the Maidens number 1 through 9, 2003 to 2004. Batman Gordon of Gotham number 1 through 4 in 1998. Batman Gordon's Law number 1 through 4, 1996. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight number 6 through 10 in 1990. Batman Shadow of the Bat number 55 in 1996. Batman Spawn War Devil number 1, 1994. Batman The 10 Cent Adventures number 1 in 2002. Batman The Dark Knight Returns number 1 through 4 in 1986. And I'm pretty sure that those all had Frank Miller covers, so it must have been internal art or inking for Miller. I'm not sure which. Okay, Batman 3D graphic novel number 1, 1990. He did one page, so at least they gave us a little information on that one. Batman Toyman number 1, 1998. Big Book of Little Criminals, 1996. One page. Convergence Batman and Robin number 1 and 2 in 2015. Dark Days The Casting number 1 in 2017. Yeah, I have several of these books, but like I said, I don't think he did the cover art on most of these. Dark Days The Forge number 1 in 2017. The Dark Knight 3 The Master Race number 1 through 9, 2016-2017. DC Challenge number 4, 1986. DC Comics Presents number 82, Superman and Adam Strange, 1985. DC Science Fiction Graphic Novel number 3, 1985. Adaptations of Ray Bradbury's Frost and Fire. DCU Holiday Bash number 3 in 1999. Detective Comics Batman number 510, 512, 528, 547, 553, 554, 568, 681, 685, 686, 720, 721, 783, Annual number 1 and 10. Hawkman number 443, 446. Green Arrow number 549 and 550, and that was from 1975 to 2003. Firestorm number 1 in 1978. Green Arrow number 123 and 137, 1997-1998. Heroes Against Hunger number 1, 1986, 2 pages. Jim, Son of Saturn number 1 through 5 and number 7, 1984 to 1985. JLA Classified number 16 through 18 in 2006. Justice League Dark Annual number 2 in 2014. Just Imagine Stan Lee with Scott McDaniel creating Aquaman in 2002. The Commandy Challenge number 7 in 2017. Legends of the DC Universe number 20, 21, 28, 29, 37, 38, and the 80-page Giant number 2, 1991 to 2001. Legion Worlds number 5, 2001. Lobo, A Contract on God number 1, 1994. That's God as in G-A-W-D. New Challengers number 1 through 3, 2018. Orion number 18 in 2001. Secret Origins Volume 2 number 33 in 1988. Showcase number 93, Showcase 93 number 7 and 8. And that was in 1993, of course. Silver Blade number 1, 1987. Spectre Volume 3 number 53, 1997. Strange Adventures Volume 2 number 2 in 1999. Superman number 400, 1984. Superman Volume 3 number 32 through 38, 40 and 41 and 44. That was from 2014 to 2015. Superman Forever number 1, from 1998. Superman Lex Luthor 2000 number 1 in 2001. Superman the Man of Steel number 41, 1995. Tangent Comics The Batman number 1, 1998. Who's Who in Star Trek number 2, 1987. I may have that one. Who's Who in the DC Universe Update 1993 number 1, and it says that was from 1992. I guess update 1993 must be in the title, I guess. Who's Who, the Definitive Directory of the DC Universe, number 2, number 5, and number 7, 1985. World's Finest Comics, number 300 in 1984. And that's everything they have on here for DC Comics. Now we move on to Marvel Comics. Amazing Adventures number 25 in 1974. The Amazing Spider-Man 209, 244, 250, 251, 546, 568 through 573, 600, 663, 664, 674, 675, 680, 681, 688, and 691. And then as far as annuals for The Amazing Spider-Man, he did annual number 15 and annual 2000. That's from 1980 to 2012. Astonishing Tales number 31, 33 through 35. 1974 to 1976. The Avengers number 172, 173, 182 through 184, 382, and annual 15 from 1978 to 1995. The Avengers Volume 4, number 1 through 12, 14, 16, and 17, 2010 to 2011. Avengers The Ultron Imperative, number 1, 2001. Battlestar Galactica, number 4 through 9, 11 through 15, 17 through 23. That was 1979 through 1981. Bizarre Adventures, number 27, 1981. Black Panther, Volume 2, number 36, in 2001. Black Panther Volume 3, number 1 through 6, and number 10 through 18, 2005 to 2006. Blood and Glory, Punisher and Captain America, number 1 through 3, in 1992. Captain Marvel, number 33, 37 through 39. 1974 and 1975. Creatures on the Loose, number 33. Daredevil 124 through 132, 140, 147 through 152, 156 through 161, 163 through 197, 234, 500, and annual number 5. So that was from 1975 to 1986, and then it looks like the annual was in 2009. Daredevil Volume 2, number 50 in 2003. Daredevil End of Days, number 1 through 7, 2012 and 2013. Defenders, number 13, 15, 19, 35 through 47, 51, 55, 56, 58, and Giant Size number 2 and annual number 1. That was from 1974 through 1978. Defenders Volume 2, number 1 through 3 in 2001. Doctor Strange Volume 2, number 6 in 1975. Elektra Saga number 1 through 4, 1984. Fall of the Hulks, Gamma number 1, 2010. Fantastic Four number 296 in 1986. Fantastic Four Roast number 1 in 1982. Further Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix number 1 and 2 in 1996. Gambit number 1 through 4 in 1993 to 1994. Gambit Volume 2, number 1 through 4 in 1997. Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Punisher, Hearts of Darkness, number 1, 1991. Heroes for Hope, number 1 in 1985. He did 2 pages on that run, or on that book. Oh, there's a lot more to go for Marvel Comics. Howard the Duck, number 14 through 21, 25 through 27, 1977, 1978. Howard the Duck, Black and White Magazine, number 1 and 2, and number 4, 1979, 1980. The Hulk, number 17 and 18. Moon Knight Backup Stories in 1979. Hulk Smash, number 1 and 2 in 2001. The Incredible Hulk, number 227 in 1978. Jungle Action, number 6 through 12, 1973 and 1974. Kingpin, number 1 through 7, 2003 to 2004. Kull, the Conqueror, number 3, number 5, and number 6, 1983 to 1984. Logan's Run, number 1 through 5 and number 7 in 1977. Man-Thing, number 12 in 1974. Mark Spector Moon Knight, number 42 in 1992. Marvel Age Annual, number 4 in 1988. Marvel Comics Presents, number 1 through 10 and number 165, 1988 to 1994. Marvel Double Shot, number 4, 2003. Marvel Holiday Special, number 1 in 1992. Marvel Knights, number 1 through 6 in 2000. Marvel Premiere, number 31 in 1976. Marvel Preview, number 13 in 1978. Marvel Spotlight, number 33 in 1997. Marvel Super Special, number 3 and 4, 15 and 18, 1978 through 1981. Marvel Treasury Edition, number 12, 1977. Marvel 2-in-1, number 10, 1975. Masters of Kung Fu, number 23, 1974. Midnight Suns Unlimited, number 1 in 1993. The Mighty Avengers, number 15 in 2008. Monsters Unleashed, number 3, 1973. Moon Knight, number 4 through 7 in 1981. Nova, number 25 in 1979. Power Man, number 39, 1977. The Punisher, Volume 2, number 1 through 5, 1987-1988. The Punisher War Journal, number 11, 1989. The Punisher Warzone, number 1 through 7, 1992. Savage Sword of Conan, number 48, 1980. The Sensational Spider-Man, number 0 and number 1 through 6 in 1996. Silver Surfer Annual 97, number 1, and that was in 1997, of course. Spider-Man number 26, 38 through 40 and 49 in 1992 to 1994. Spider-Man Unlimited Volume 2, number 15, 2006. Spider-Man The Lost Years, number 1 through 3 in 1995. St. George, number 1 through 6, 1988 and 89. Star Trek number 4 through 7 and number 10, 1980-1981. Star Wars Annual number 3, 1983. Supernatural Thrillers number 12, 1975. Supreme Power Hyperion number 1 through 5 in 2005-2006. Tales of the Marvel Universe number 1, 1997. Tarzan number 14 through 19, 1978. Terminator 2 Judgment Day number 1, 1991. Thor number 240 and Annual number 6, 1975 through 1977. Thor Volume 2 number 1 through 8, 10 through 13, 15 through 17, 19 through 22, 26 through 27, and Annual 1999. That was from 1998 to 2000. The Tomb of Dracula, Volume 2, Number 4 in 1980. Unknown Worlds of Science Fiction, Number 3, 1975. Vampire Tales, Number 2 and 3, 1973, 1974. What If, Number 3 and Number 28, 1977 and 1981. What If, Volume 2, Number 100, 1997. Wolverine, Volume 2, Number 2 and 17 through 22, 1988 to 1990. Wolverine, Volume 3, Number 20 through 31, 2004 to 2005. World War Hulk, Number 1 through 5 in 2007-2008. X-Men Chronicles, Number 1, 1995. And finally, X-Men Legacy, Number 208 in 2008. And that is everything I have on Klaus Janson. As always, if you have any further information that you would like to share with the community and with me, of course, I would be very appreciative to hear any feedback. If any of you have met Klaus Janson at a Comic-Con, I've seen pictures of him where he was at different comic conventions and stuff. So if you've ever met him and you want to let us know, what your experience was meeting him, getting signatures or what have you, please let me know, or please let us know. Also, if you have any further information that I did not mention, please leave a comment and let me know of anything that I might have missed. Alright, so I do have 4 books I want to show you. Some of them are his covers, some of them are not. Well, at least one of them is not. So we will start off with Detective Comics 567. And he did do this cover. I don't see his signature on here, but I think one of these does have a signature. Batman, Death and the Maidens. Very cool cover. And this does say right here, Rucka and Janson, but if you can see that. Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. Like I said, he did not do the artwork for the cover, but he probably did the inking and also done some interior work. So yeah, they do credit him down here. And then Batman White Knight presents Von Freeze. And I think, well, they do have it at the top, but none of these actually has his signature on it. In fact, I didn't really find any information on his signature, other than a few of the pictures that I've shown during this video. I believe they had his signature on it, but they were drawings. They weren't, like actually out of a comic book. So if you want to see his signature, you might back up and kind of look through some of the pictures that, if you didn't catch it during the first part of the video with the other covers and artwork that I showed during the video. I know there's a few of those that do have his signature on them. So okay, so that's all I have for tonight. This went a little longer than I thought it was going to. But that's okay. And like I said, this was episode 51, so one more episode and we will have an entire year of this series. Because I've tried to do one a week through this entire series. There have been a couple of weeks that I missed and had to skip to the next week. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate everyone who has stopped by to watch this video. I appreciate all my subscribers. You guys are great. I love this community. This comic book community is absolutely awesome. You guys are all awesome. Have a great week. God bless. And we will see you all next video.